Yo! What is going on, YouTube? My name is Dalen, and today we are going to be watching TierZoo. It has been a minute, and it is called "Is Spider Silk Overpowered?" Let us check this out. Okay, yeah, he made the last video was 2 months ago, so it's been a minute. So let's check this out. Let's check it out. See what he's talking about. Where do I move my camera? I guess here is good. Alright. Oh, let me. Hold on, I don't have my audio on. Alright. Ah! Oh, it's kind of loud. Damn! That nigga got bunged. He took him with him. They both died. That's crazy. That's crazy. He didn't give a damn. W sponsor. Let me turn this down a little bit. There's a teeny bit over here. That should be good. Okay, first of all, what insect is this? Is this a grasshopper? And also, why didn't he run away? Is this specific grasshopper, like, not able to move a lot? Like, it doesn't have fast mobility or something? Because if I would have saw this nigga, I would have been jumping off this tree. I would have jumped my ass out of here. There is no way you were looking at this nigga and it was like, yeah, he's a friend. That nigga just looked like he's devious. Damn. And he killed him. He killed himself too, along with him.
Arthropods have been one of the most dominant factions in the game since pretty much the very their matchups. To demonstrate just what the game has ever known, assessing their stat player base. This episode was sponsored by War Thunder. Arthropods have been one of the most dominant factions in the game since pretty much the very beginning. The safety provided by their tough exoskeletal armor gave the arthropod player base a lot of room to experiment with new builds.
That's that man from Pokemon.
Is the spider,
That fire centipede.
With a whole arsenal of powerful abilities. But just how broken are spiders? Today we're discussing their stats, their special abilities, and their matchups to demonstrate just how overpowered they truly are. But before we talk about all of their busted attributes, first we have to talk about the least overpowered.
Hey, is that man
their base stats.
What's his name? Django? I think his name is from that movie.
While spiders are some of the most effective predators the game has ever known, it's not because they're
Let's see. Low intelligence look like. Or maybe for this specific spider, I don't know. Maybe is this average for all spiders? I don't know. I don't know how he calculates it, but power decent, defense lower than power, mobility. I don't know how to judge these stats, but stealth is high.
Stats are anything special.
Curioso.
In fact, if anything, their stats make them look pretty pathetic at first glance. There's a common misconception that spiders are like absurdly strong for their size, and although they can indeed lift things 10
I don't think so.
That's honestly not even par for the course when it comes to their weight class. The real kings of the strength category, builds like the ant,
that man Heracross.
Several times stronger.
Heracross.
Much of the spider's skill set is tailored around allowing spiders
what type of spider is that?
Large prey without needing to be strong enough to physically restrain it themselves. Defensively,
and that's where the spider silk comes in. Okay.
Even worse.
Probably.
Spiders have some of the worst armor of
They do got venom.
Despite being more closely related to scorpions, their exoskeleton is more akin to.
Damn, he made him nut. What is that? He made him bust. He said, "Oh, that poison kind of nice." Even though I'm dead now. That's crazy. What do you put in him? Obviously poison, but why is it white though?
Their exoskeleton is more akin to that of a caterpillar than anything else. Their weak point is completely unarmored and difficult for the spider to guard against. Any direct attack from a predator can easily.
That's their heart.
Them. Their stealth
That's
is
crazy.
the only good stat, with the rest of them being mid at best. Of course, that is on average. Some spider builds do specialize in mobility or raw strength, which I talk more about in my spider tier list video.
There's no way.
Anyway, the point
is,
rats.
Spiders
broken is
you can take out a rat, not the New York rats. Hey man, if a spider, yo, I'm not gonna lie, there was actually. I think it was last year. They were saying that like flying spiders coming from China was coming to New York or something. Y'all could look it up. And apparently it was like a fake. Like Fake news. I don't know what that was about.
Spiders have access to a
But
vast
hey, man, you think the strongest spider could beat a New York rat? Ain't no way, man. Maybe a regular rat, but a New York rat? Hey, man, they build different, man. They build different.
That dramatically elevate their survival and combat capabilities. Real quick, let's go over some of the minor ones first. The spider's appendages may seem pretty unimpressive, and sure, compared to a scorpion's claws or a locust's legs, they're nothing special. But a few things. They do have small claws at the end, which grant spiders excellent climbing mobility. And similar to a lizard's tail, a spider's leg can snap off if hit by a grappling attack in order to escape a combo.
Yeah, that, bro, they be snapping off super easy.
12% of your legs is a lot less of a sacrifice than losing your only weapon. Many players don't even have the nerve to mess with spiders in the first place, though, because of their next ability, Venom. With a few exceptions, every spider relies at least partially on Venom to bolster their combat strength.
Yeah.
This gives their attacks bonus damage, making it a useful deterrent on defense. But more importantly,
oh, he will. Yo, Cass got. I feel like Cass got super sense. He was like, wait a minute, something's off here. I think I smell poison here.
making it a useful deterrent on defense. But more importantly,
he knew it. He knew immediately. That is crazy.
So that it can be more easily carried and consumed. Because of how low the spider's base power.
That looks like a cockroach. Is that a cockroach? What is that? Nah, that's a grasshopper. Grasshopper. Hold on. Hold on. My mom calling me. Hold on. Call her back later. Alright.
Needs to be extremely
But that look disgusting.
potent.
I want to try insects. See what they taste like. I heard they have a lot of protein.
Able to immediately incapacitate its target, giving it no chance to counterattack or escape. Okay, but enough beating around the bush. All of those abilities pale in comparison to the signature special ability, spinnerets. On this channel, there are a handful of abilities that I bring up over and over as being meta-definingly broken. Tool use, flight, usociality, echolocation, color.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, monkeys are interesting. That man just looked like he know what he doing.
These all
like he got like actual human instincts right here.
can make or break a
That man cooking right now.
placement on the tier list. I think silk spinning belongs in this same category. This ability is how spiders broke the game.
I wasn't listening to what he said.
Spinnerets.
Spinnerets.
On this channel, there are a handful of abilities that I bring up over and over as being meta-definingly broken. Tool use, flight, usociality, echolocation.
Is he using a saw? Where did he get that from? Who gave it to him? Ain't no way he built it himself.
In this same category. This ability is how spiders broke the game. It is one of the most versatile abilities.
That shit crazy. Bro had a saw in his hand. Whoa.
I think silk spinning belongs in this same category. This ability is how spiders broke the game. It is one of the most versatile abilities of all, with applications spanning nearly every aspect of survival, from mobility to offense to defense to tons of niche utility use cases. Let's break it down. The most well-known use is
SilkSong.
Standard web trap. A spider player will construct a
Hey, TierZoo. Hey, you ready for that SilkSong? SilkSong? Hollow Knight? You playing that game?
sticky net-shaped trap and simply wait for an unsuspecting player to accidentally fly in. Contact with the web immediately inflicts
that's gonna be a banger.
Condition, which is pretty much
That's DLC, right? I'm pretty sure it is. SilkSong.
But trapping prey really only scratches the surface when it comes to the utility of silk and spinnerets. I'd argue the ability to spin webs buffs literally every aspect of spider gameplay and completely negates all the shortcomings of their stats. In general, every aspect of spider gameplay.
Queensland, Australia. Golden Orb Weaver. That dangerous? I think everything in Australia is dangerous.
In general, spiders are not all that nimble. They're large.
Got like poisonous butterflies over there.
Without wings, they're far below average as far as arthropods go. But the amount of additional movement options web spinning gives you is insane. Silk can be used to cross massive gaps with ease. It can be used to completely negate falling damage. It can be used to quickly.
So you be playing that Donkey Kong Bonanza too.
It can even be used to fly, albeit without much directional control, but also without the need for cumbersome wings.
That's interesting.
Next, let's talk about stealth.
How do they do that?
Camouflage. Webs complement their ability to hide in a few ways.
Damn, smart as hell.
To hide in plain sight by positioning themselves away from places that a player would normally check. It's very hard for eyes to focus on something unless they already know the general area to look. So just by nature of sitting in an unorthodox spot, many players will completely miss you.
Yeah.
But if a player does
That'd be
detect
true.
a spider's presence, there's an advanced technique they can employ to give themselves a better
Yeah.
chance to escape. By mashing back and forth on your controller, you can cause the web to vibrate, temporarily granting you the blurred buff, boosting your evasion and making it much more likely that incoming attacks will miss. Webs may be the most useful for boosting the spider's offense. We already talked about the web trap, but there are many more ways a spider can use its webs to increase its odds of a successful hunt. Web traps are most useful against flying builds, but webs can also be
Damn.
used as a net to target players scurrying along the ground more effectively, essentially bringing the web to them rather than waiting.
And he's shaking him too.
Or
Taking
if
his
you want to get even
lunch
more
money.
extreme, Silk can be fired as a sticky projectile to pin down opponents at a safe distance. But you don't need to get anywhere near that fancy with it. Even just the basic concept of using a strand of silk to tether yourself to a surface opens up so many attack options in combat. Let me give you an example. Pouncing strikes are one of the riskiest attacking moves a player can employ in combat. They're excellent for closing distance on a target and dealing damage simultaneously. But if you miss, the momentum from the jump can result in your character ending up in a dangerous situation. Pounce is usually seen as the signature move of the Cat faction. And in those examples, the worst case scenario is usually just putting yourself in range of a counterattack. But for builds in lower weight classes, and especially arboreal ones, whiffing a pounce attack can literally send you falling to your doom. For spiders, this risk is completely negated with a single silk tether, meaning jumping spiders can get super greedy with their attacks without needing to worry about poor positioning. Silk can even be used to approach from
That makes
unconventional
sense.
angles that players aren't used to covering.
They can change their
great for
trajectory.
allowing jumping spiders to attack other spiders' weak points. It really is just an incredibly broken ability, especially for the jumping spider, which can combo silk production with its excellent burst mobility. We're not done though, because silk production
We're not
can
done
also
yet.
be used defensively, mainly in the form of base construction. The standard web trap is technically a form of this, though it's
I
probably the
see.
least defense-oriented and frankly leaves you quite open to an attack. But skilled players can construct webs in a far more defensive manner if they choose. Styles like the tent web provide much more cover at the cost of visibility. But if you want to really max out your defenses, the trapdoor spider's strategy can't be beat.
What the? Nah, that's crazy.
Provide much more cover at the cost of visibility.
Nah, hold on. You telling me he built that? Unless, what? How did he find the structure? There's no way he built this. What?
To really max out your defenses, the trapdoor
That man
spider's
said,
strategy can't be
"Hey,
beat.
how you doing?
Rather than using its
Hey, how you
to
doing?"
attack its opponents, it instead digs a burrow and uses silk to reinforce the walls
Nah.
and help control the temperature inside, while also laying out
Wait, how did
traps
you know he
for
was
players
there,
on the
though?
outside to allow the spider
I guess he was
attack
just
when
sitting
the
there.
players are in range of an ambush. It is admittedly a bit less precise than more active hunting types are, though. Now,
Damn,
if
he
you
sold.
really want to go crazy with it, most of the spider's usual enemies aren't going to look for you underwater. So if you've got the guts to dive down, you can construct a bell web underwater.
Wait, spiders can breathe underwater? Can all spiders do that? I didn't know that.
That as your home base while you hunt for fish. And
Let me know in the comments if they can.
it's a high
If
risk
all
bet
spiders
for
could
at
breathe
least
underwater.
given how many dangerous builds lurk below the surface. Overall, spiders have an incredible array of traits, and with smart play, they can subvert just about all of their weaknesses. However, there are still some vulnerabilities that skilled players can exploit. So let's talk about their matchups. The spider's best matchups are, of course, flying insects. Their wings get easily tangled in the web and can get torn up as they try to escape. Getting trapped is almost certainly GG for them. Reptiles may
GGs.
seem like they should have a solid matchup against spiders, and of course, when there are massive size discrepancies, it can be pretty unfair. But for less tanky reptiles, spiders are a huge threat. Scale armor is great for blocking slashing damage, but piercing fangs can puncture right through their defenses and inflict devastating venomous bites. This matchup also really helps it sink in just how strong spider silk is, as even medium-sized reptiles can't easily shake it off. Frogs, and in particular tree frogs, are an especially explosive matchup. Because both frogs and spiders have incredibly low defenses, one wrong move is all it takes. Frogs can easily one-shot spiders, and because of their excellent burst mobility, it's difficult for spiders to evade their attacks. But frogs can also easily get caught in a spider's web while jumping over trees. And once stuck, a spider can pierce through the frog's paper-thin defenses like nothing, resulting in immediate paralysis. A highly volatile matchup.
Wait, question. I don't know if you will explain this, but what's the point of the spiders having multiple eyes? And how does their vision look like when they look at things? Is it like the the typical like cartoon, like AI type of you know what I'm talking about, like they have eight visions with like hexagons and stuff. Is that how they see stuff?
Surprisingly
And do they see
neutral
color?
given the amphibian's low tier status. Beetles
Let me
are
know.
an
I don't
interesting
know.
case. They are flying insects, but because of their absurdly
Let me know
high
how their
power
sight
and
works.
defense stats, they're a challenge for spiders to overcome even when caught in their web. Their armor is so thick that a spider's fangs might not be able to pierce through, and they're so strong that even when fully enveloped in a web cocoon, they can sometimes tear through.
Wait, who?
Spider players are often stats and surprisingly neutral given the amphibian's low tier status. Beetles are an interesting case. They are flying insects, but because of their absurdly high power and defense stats, they're a challenge for spiders to overcome even when caught in their web.
Interesting.
Their armor is so thick that a spider's fangs might not be able to pierce through, and they're so strong that even when fully enveloped in a web cocoon, they can sometimes tear through. Spider players are often
Yo, what? Why was he so like? He was like so shocked. Like he even tried to catch him again. He was just like, wait a minute. What? How is he doing it?
Are often stuck just sitting and waiting for beetles to either free themselves or die of exhaustion. Birds are typically seen as the worst matchup for all terrestrial arthropods.
I guess he explained it. They can't do anything about it.
Traps are
too strong.
Effective against flying enemies, and birds are no exception. Webs are strong enough to capture small birds, and feathers offer very little protection against venomous fangs. However, if given the chance, birds will pick off an out-of-position spider in an instant, and the bird's armored beak presents no opportunity for the spider to counterattack. Taking out a spider is worth a lot of XP for birds, as they can also steal all of the insects that are trapped in its web. One of the spider's worst matchups is against bats, which is surprising because it's another flyer. This is because the spider's double team technique has to be used on reaction. So, if a spider ever fails to see an enemy coming, it could easily get one shot before it has a chance to respond. This makes them especially vulnerable to the echolocation ability, as they can strike from total darkness, giving the spider zero chance to detect the incoming attack before it's too late. And lastly, this isn't a matchup per se, but one of the other weaknesses spiders have are storms. Severe weather events.
The itsy bitsy spider climb up the water spout. Hey man, I guess it's true.
Doesn't just outright destroy it. All of this to say, if you take away silk spinning, spiders are actually a real mixed bag.
Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Many of them jump from low mid-tier to high tier, with jumping spiders in particular being arguably top tier. Silk really is just that broken. Knowledge of the enemy's weak points.
Hey, pretty cool. Not really a fan of spiders. You know, I don't have arachnophobia, but you know, they're kind of disgusting. But anyways, though, if anybody's watching this in the comments, you know, let me know what y'all favorite insects are. I don't got any favorite insects, but you know, actually, I have dragonflies are pretty cool. I don't like flies in general, but I think dragonflies are cool. You know, they're pretty cool. But so there's another insect. Actually, nah, dragonflies, I think. They're pretty cool, especially the way how they fly and stuff. But, anyways, though, thanks for watching, y'all. If y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like on this video, subscribe for more content, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.